Welcome to a new fragrance review. Today we're going to try Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. So what I got is a sample. Nothing really to show you. It says Prada and stuff on it. Luna Rossa Carbon. It's a glass sample, those that I don't like. Imagine some people enjoy more the glass one because they don't really like the plastic one. But I like the plastic one because I'm less afraid that it breaks in my pocket. So I got a new one that's unopened. The closed one I had to rip it off and top to open it. So I'm gonna show you the one that's unopened, what it looks like. It's a really special way to wrap a sample. I like it. It's nice to have quite a book, but a little kind of cardboard usually, but this is nice too. And at the back it shows what the perfume bottle actually look like. And some little info. There's little text like I liken those samples, and it says Luna Rossa Carbon, the new fragrance for men from Prada, strong as the darkest rock with the freshest air. It brings together steam distilled botanicals and synthetic in a mineral forward mix. Metallic note of lavender, green citrus of Via de Bergamote from Italy, radiant wood of patchouli, and dry amber of ambrox. So let's try to smell. I'm picking up some aquatic notes. I was not picking up those notes really strongly like that on my skin, but it feels really aquatic on paper. It smells really fresh. I would say that it smells like if there would be mint inside of it or some aroma chemical that is in the family of mint. I'm picking up a little bit of lavender, but barely. It's pretty much all I'm picking up on paper. Now what I'm picking up on my skin, at first there's a lot of ambroxan with some lavender. I would say still a lot of lavender, but more ambroxan. As it keeps going, there's a little bit of a coal feel to it, kind of a coal note, and it becomes a bit more watery. After that part, the water note is really strong, and it's kind of mixed with those other notes and with the ambroxan, but it feels more like an aquatic ambroxan at the heart of the fragrance. As it keeps going, the water note dissipate, the ambroxan kind of stay, but barely, and there's an earthy note that I can smell. And that earthy note really comes from the patchouli. I don't know what they use, if it's natural patchouli or something else, but it comes from the patchouli because I really see it evolve as the patchouli. So it become kind of earthy to really more herbal patchouli. Longevity of the fragrance was average 3 to 6 hours, and projection was average also. A little bubble around me, people was able to smell me. And for the complete little breakdown, top notes are bergamot and pepper. Heart notes are lavender, metallic note, coal, watery note, and soil. And the base notes are ambroxan and patchouli. So now, before I go with the usual category of the fragrance, as I do all the time, I think the review wouldn't be complete if I don't talk about Sauvage, which everyone says that it smells a lot like Sauvage. And I would say on paper, it does somehow feel like it's got inspiration from Sauvage, but on my skin it really, really does smell like Sauvage. And I'm gonna go on the paper. I still have a little sample of Sauvage. It's the Eau de Parfum, so it's gonna be a good thing to compare them side by side. I'm gonna say one good thing about Luna Rossa and Sauvage as the sample. Maybe the Sauvage one is plastic. This one I wore it once and I probably almost finish it with 2 spray and that little paper. Okay, this hand is Luna Rossa Carbon and this hand is Sauvage. Now it dried down a little bit. The aquatic is not as crazy. I would say Sauvage, it's a bit more fruity, if I can say it like that. A bit more sweet, and it's a bit more spicy. But overall, they have a really similar smell. I would say that the musk on Sauvage is really intense on my skin, and there's no musk really in Luna Rossa. It's mostly the aquatic notes and the ambroxan. Also, if I compare it longevity-wise, Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum lasted few hours. I think it was like not even an hour on me. It was really, really, really bad. And that's why I still have it after a long time ago. But smell wise, I would say that Sauvage is not as nice. If you like spicy fragrance, maybe Sauvage you'll like it more. But if you want interesting notes, something more that have a bit more depth, even though not say their fragrance actually have some depth, I would say Luna Rosa wins. If you want something that lasts long, I know a lot of people say that Dior Sauvage lasts hours. And well, for me, Luna Rosa Carbon lasted longer on my skin. So if you want something that lasts longer, Luna Rosa win also. If you want something for the price, I would say that Dior Sauvage is really overpriced and Luna Rosa is it's new, so even in a discounter it will be expensive, but I would say it's still better priced. Now, if you want something that project, with my experience, I would say that Luna Rosa doesn't project like crazy and Sauvage probably project more. So you might want to go towards Sauvage. It depends really what is the use you want to do. If it's for an everyday use, I would say Prada Luna Rosa Carbon is better. If you want to go on a club or something like that and date, Sauvage might be better. I'm not sure with a date, but if you go on a club or something with social gathering, a lot of people, and you want people to smell you, maybe this one is better. If you want like people that talk to you, smell you, then Luna Rosa is better. Overall, I would say that Luna Rosa Carbon is better in pretty much every point than Sauvage. Now with my usual category of fragrance. As a business fragrance, I would say that this wouldn't be really good, wouldn't be really bad. It's a versatile fragrance, so it would be alright. You would be better off with pretty much any other business fragrance you can find, but if you don't have any business fragrance, that will work. As a dating fragrance, I think it will be there. I know Sauvage is really known as a great dating fragrance, so Luna Rosa Carbon that smells a lot like it would also be a great dating fragrance just by this fact. In the winter summer spectrum, I would say that it's neither good for summer winter. I imagine that in summer it wouldn't be so harsh and crazy and choking yourself unless you're overspraying the fragrance. But if you put a normal like 5 spray, it should be good in summer if it's not like in a heat stroke, whatever time. If it's just a normal summer, it should be good. In winter, it might be okay. People might be able to smell you, but it's neither summer or winter. As an everyday scent, I would say it would be really good. Personally, the fact that less than a day, it's not really nice, and the fact that the fragrance is kind of expensive. It's not really expensive, but still it's more on the expensive side. It's not a cheapie. You'll have to reapply it through the day. If it's something that you want it to last the whole day, that's not really a good fragrance. But if you're okay reapplying it or switching somewhere during the day, you can put it before going to work and somewhere at lunchtime, at the end of lunchtime, put another fragrance that will do the job. The style, though, it's really everyday fragrance. It smells good. It smells like something you could wear to pretty much any kind of event, any kind of setup. Maybe not stuff that are really specific, like wedding or something like that, even though it could work. That's about it. That's what I have to say about this fragrance. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If it's the case, well, like and share. And if you have any question, any comments, or if you tried Luna Rosa Carbon, tell me what you think about it. So thanks for watching and see you soon.